Today on Eagle Nation News, Abigail Smith looks into the Eagle Eatery program that gives the culinary students an opportunity to bring their skills into their daily lives.
Unlike most athletes, Kendall Gibbons didn't find her passion of tennis through watching professionals, but rather through playing a simple video game.
And finally, June Brown features Assistant Principal Dr. Roan and how she has persevered through all the obstacles life has thrown in her path by staying positive.
All this and more today
on Eagle Nation News. Good afternoon, Eagle Nation. Today is Thursday, February 27th. I'm Casey Boston.
And I'm Brenna Gibbons.
After being a part of the Kid Craddock Morning Show for 12 years, co-host Jenna Owens has announced that she will be leaving Kiss FM. Tuesday, she addressed the rumors of her being pregnant and said that the real news is that it would be her last week on the morning show. Her plan will now be to focus on her 30-day workout plan company that is known for its skincare line. Owens also stated in an interview that before he passed, Kid Craddock told her to do a radio show just for a few years and then move on.
Wednesday morning in Fort Worth, a presumed to be homeless man was found dead and burned behind a commercial strip shopping center at North Beach Street. According to the fire officials, the man was trying to start a fire to stay warm through the night since the wind chill was said to be in the upper teens. However, the fire did not go as planned.
Now in studio with your Game Time Sports Update is Michael Vandershoot.
Okay, thank you, Casey. With the basketball season coming to a close, we now turn our attention to our boys and girls soccer teams. Both of them are riding high, with the boys currently sitting in second place at a 6-2-2 district record behind Allen, and the girls have yet to be defeated with 20 wins, 1 tie, and ranked number 1 in the state, and they are 16th in the nation. The boys will compete at McKinney Boyd High School, while the girls will take on Boyd as well in Children's Health Stadium tomorrow at 7:30. Be sure to head on out to either of these two games and cheer them on as the girls attempt to keep their undefeated streak alive, while the boys look to solidify their spot in district and perhaps keep their hopes up for surpassing Allen. If you want to hear more sports like this, tune in to Game Time tomorrow on Friday at 1:45. Back to you guys at the desk.
The Eagle Eatery is a program where culinary students have the opportunity to continue following their passion by preparing lunch for teachers for the price of $5. With more in the program is Abigail Smith.
Most students and staff know that there is a culinary program at the high school, but not everybody may know about the Eagle Eatery and everything that this program entails.
It is a program that is more or less a catering program that's run by our advanced and practicum students in culinary arts, and they are tasked with designing a lot of the menu items that we do serve to the teachers. But it serves as both a realistic look at how a real kitchen works, from plating and so forth, all the way to front of house, being able to deliver all of the food and goods to the teachers here at Prosper High School.
This program benefits me because I get to do what I like to do every other day, and helps with my job in the food service, and I get real life skills.
And then everybody has to take a turn doing dishes. They've got to do floors, they've got to do the line, they've got to do menu creation, they've got to do breakdown. They have to do the running of the food and so forth, so it benefits them as, unfortunately, we don't have a restaurant to be able to run out of this particular kitchen, but it gives them a realistic approach to how an actual one would work.
Not only does this service greatly benefit culinary students, but it also benefits the teachers who utilize the service.
The teachers get a lunch that's really good for only $5, and they don't have to bring it from home.
For the most part, it's an entree, a side or two, and a dessert and a drink for a very economical price.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Abigail Smith. Prosper.
When we return, Grant Johnson will be in studio with news on how one Shark Tank star lost hundreds of thousands of dollars based off one phony email address.
Stay tuned.
Now we send it to Grant Johnson with Your Talent Talk, sponsored by Corbridge Orthodontics.
The entrepreneurs on ABC's Shark Tank have been known to finance and launch companies, but one of the sharks accidentally financed a Chinese scammer's latest project earlier this week. Real estate investor Barbara Corcoran says that her bookkeeper received an email from someone she thought was Corcoran's assistant. The email requested a wire transfer of $400,000 for a renovation process. She said that her staff did not suspect the email because they send money to people daily. The scammer sent the phishing email from an email address just one letter apart from her real assistant's email. Barbara told the Today Show that she learned her lesson and she'll be more careful when they wire money. They do not expect to get any of the money back as it was withdrawn right after the transfer. Let us know what you think of the show on our poll on Twitter at Eagle Nation News. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Grant. Many athletes came to their passion through watching their role models. However, Kendall Gibbons came to her passion through playing one simple video game. Kendall Gibbons has been competitively playing tennis since she was 12 years old, but she didn't get into the sport the traditional way.
I really like tennis because it's a sport that you can play your entire life, and for me it's like a big stress reliever of mine. And because like a lot of people, they relieve their stress by working out, and like while I do that, I also put it in tennis and I just keep it all on the court, and it's just a fun sport to play with your friends inside and outside of school. Every summer I go to at least one tennis camp to train, and the past 2 years I've done A&M and UNT tennis camps for a week each. And this year I'm going to John Newcomb's Tennis Ranch, which is a tennis academy that people train there year-round. And I was there a couple weeks ago for a day, and I just loved it, and it's really good training.
Kendall has made a great impression on her coaches and peers around her.
Kendall is a student that I've had since her 8th grade year, and she is one of the most hardworking kids I have on the courts. She's always looking to improve, doesn't like to settle for anything less than what her goal is. She's a great leader without having to be told that she is, and she's just a joy to work with. She's very coachable, just love her to death.
Unlike most young athletes, Kendall didn't begin her passion through watching the sport.
I was at my sister's competitive cheer competition, and it was like a multiple day event, and we were bored in the hotel room, and then we found a Nintendo tennis game, so we decided to play it. We were playing it for a while, and then I was having a lot of fun on the game, so I decided I wanted to try tennis in real life. And then that's whenever like my passion for tennis started, because I started taking classes and I just fell in love with the sport. Tennis is something that I will always enjoy because it's really fun to play with your friends, and you don't have to play it competitively. You can just go out and hit for like an hour or whatever with friends and just have fun with it.
For Eagle Nation News, I'm Brenna Gibbons. Prosper.
As February comes to a close, we begin to wonder if the chilly weather will also be coming to an end soon. In studio with your weather update is Julia Bizion.
Thank you, Casey. It's 53 degrees outside with 8-mile-per-hour winds, but our real field temperature is 45 degrees due to the sun in the sky this morning. Now, as we move on into the weekend, the sunshine will be sticking around and temperatures will be warming up. Early on in next week, though, we can expect some rain and thunderstorms. With your fast forecast, I'm Julia Bizion. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Julia. Dr. Roan is a positive role model for students no matter what comes her way. June Brown sat down with her to find out more.
It's oftentimes important to have mentors to guide you through high school. Dr. Karen Roan is a perfect example of someone who impacts and mentors students.
Miss Roan, she's honest. She's like, she can relate to a lot of things. So it's easier to talk to somebody who can relate to things that you kind of go through.
When you hear the stories of, okay, so the student is in my office right now. We're having a crucial conversation because they made a decision they should not have made. But what's behind that decision? And once you hear the stories of what's behind that decision, what they feel about themselves, what they believe about themselves, what other people, sometimes even family members, have told them about themselves, that weighs on you. And you want to be, I want to correct all the wrongs in the world, but I recognize that I have limitations. I can't do that. So all I can do is be present for students in that moment.
Dr. Roan shows up to Prosper High School ready to present and there for students. A personal issue can make it difficult for her.
It was very difficult to come to work every day, not because I didn't enjoy what I was doing, just because my brain was split in a bunch of different areas. Like it happened right when I came back to work, because we come back like in July, like late July, and so I had come back to work, and that's when he started not feeling well. So it was almost like this perfect timing of when he got sick lined up exactly with when I started working again. It was my second year here in Prosper. But I will say the entire Prosper community was so helpful. I love being able to work with students.
Although Dr. Roan lost her husband to cancer before the start of the school year, she was able to be there for her students and mentor them throughout high school.
Especially when they come back and they say, hey, you know what? When you said X, Y, and Z, that really had an impact on me. Or those face-to-face conversations, those mean the most. And that affirms for me, okay, you're doing the right thing.
Reporting from Eagle Nation News, I'm June Brown, Prosper.
That's all the time we have for the show today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Brenna Gibbons.
And I'm Casey Boston. Live long and prosper.